Hey guys, my name is Mike, and I'm a former New York City bouncer who used to sleep in the streets. I lived in the projects in Harlem for a little bit, and eventually I turned my life around and I went back to school in my late 20s. I studied finance and business analytics, did an MBA, and I did strategy consulting for one of the top consulting firms in the world, and now I own my own strategy consulting firm. And I want to talk to you today about 3 ways that you are not in control of your life. Just you think you're in control, but you're not. So, one of the first ways that people think that they are in control is that there's this illusion of control. The illusion of control means that you think that you control these little things like what are you going to have for dinner, what your how your closet's going to be cleaned, and you control these little things throughout the day, and you get extremely frustrated when they don't go your way, when a plan gets ruined, when dinner plans change because your wife or your girlfriend says they want to eat something else, and you get extremely frustrated easily. You get angered easily when things don't go your way, when things don't go in the way that you anticipated things to happen. And that is a clear sign that you are living in this delusion that you have control. And I'll explain why this is all a delusion. Because controlling these little minor things, keeping your home clean, cooking dinner or buying dinner or whatever, these stupid little things, they really don't matter. What matters more is having control of your life, doing the hard work. Are you making the money you're making? Are you in the relationship you want to be in? Are you happy with what you have? Instead of focusing on having a better job, making more money, educating yourself, watching the right kind of YouTube videos, doing, quitting any kind of bad habits. Instead you control, the placement of this pen. Where is it going to go exactly? How many tchotchkes you have on your keys. Stupid little things that don't fucking matter. But you have this illusion of control. You think you're in control, and you get extremely frustrated and angry when things just don't go your way over shit that doesn't fucking matter. So that's number one, having this illusion of control. And then the second thing is focusing on what you can't control. So what that refers to is like when you get angry about external factors, like the actions of other people, right? So going back to the dinner example, you're thinking, well, we're gonna have this for dinner, but then, I don't know, your wife is getting home late from work, and you get angry about that situation. You obsess over it and saying this is something that you want to control it, but you can't. But yet you still get angry and you kind of lash out at that person for something that you can't control. Hell, even they couldn't control. Another very obvious thing about focusing on what you can't control is when you're driving and the way people drive too. So if you're driving along and you get road rage very easily, you get frustrated, angry, exasperated that people don't use their turn signals. Of course, people get upset, right? Because there's a level of unfairness that people don't use turn signals, or they cut across multiple lanes, or they drive, or maybe they speed, or whatever it is, right? Motorcyclists, maybe they drive by making loud noises, from their exhaust, and it might scare you or something, right? So there's certain things that make some sense, but when you are obsessed, especially when you get road rage over the way other people drive, that is, once again, you're focusing on something that you can't control. Yet you want to, and you get angry over the fact that you can't control that situation. You're talking about external factors, because once again, rather than looking inwards, rather than looking in and saying, I need to fix the problems in me, which is the hard thing to do, you lash out, you get angry at what's going on outside of your own self. You lash out at other people, you lash out at other things that you can't control. You focus on those. And then the third way to recognize that you are not in control is when you take inventory of your habits and your daily patterns. So, what kind of habits do you have? Do you have habits that help you be in control, or do you have self-destructive, poor habits? Poor in terms of they don't help you, they don't move you forward, they're distractions, they're not actually anything that are helping you grow and become better. That's another important thing. Now, do you drink every night, or you have a habit of going out on the weekends? Or are you actually doing anything useful and helpful to your life? Are you putting yourself in a situation where you're uncomfortable but you're growing? So in my case, I'm going to the gym at 4 a.m. every morning. I do that. I developed this healthy, good habit to get rid of my self-destructive bad habits. Drinking too much, partying too much, smoking too much, all the bad things that I used to do, I had to get rid of them and replace them with good habits that are actually helping me grow and become better, a more disciplined, harder person, somebody who's capable of handling adversity, handling the difficulties of running my current business as I'm trying to grow it into something very massive, and something that will allow me to reach out and help more people, help more businesses grow and expand. I have to have the self-discipline to be able to work late if I need to be able to do some of the hard work that my clients ask of me. And in order for me to become a better business owner, I had to develop the habits of going to the gym and getting rid of my bad habits. So if you think you're in control, but then look at your habits, and are your patterns of behavior, whether you want to call it a habit or not, are they self-destructive, or are they actually helping you get the control that you want out of life? So, for example, do you procrastinate a lot? That was something that I struggled with, and I'll admit, I still struggle with it. Procrastination is when there's work that you have to do and you don't want to do it. And sometimes you don't. You'll just kind of put it off, and you'll make excuses. You say, I got this thing to do, I got that thing to do, I got something else I need to be working on. Hell, some people who are in great shape, and they work out and they're physically very fit and active and all that, and they got a great body and they're proud of what they are, and they think they're very disciplined, right? They say, I have positive discipline, I don't drink, I don't party, I work out every day. But rather than doing the work they need to do for their job or for school, they use it as a form of procrastination. I need to get this project done, but you know what? I think I do need to hit the gym, and I'm gonna have to work out in about half an hour. So I'll go putter around, do something else, and then go to the gym. And when I come back, then I'll get started on the work. So that is the third sign that you are not in control. You have bad habits, you procrastinate, you drink, you party, you shun the work, you shun and don't do the hard work that will get you the real control, the control of yourself, which you're scared to do. A lot of people, they can't handle it. They can't handle developing the positive, good habits that will help them get the control, the real control of what you want in life. And so this is going back to what I started with in the video. the signs that you are not in control. Not in control of what? Not in control of your life, not in control of your destiny, not in control of the things that really fucking matter. That matter, right? So, are you living in a beautiful home? Are you happy? Are you proud of where you live? I love where I live. I love my views. I love, I love waking up every morning to this. It's beautiful. The sun's rising right now while I'm filming this video with you, and I love what I have. I feel like I'm in control. I'm not at 100%. There's many other things that I want to improve on. You climb one mountain, you get to the top, and you see there's more mountains behind it that you'll have to climb as well. And so I'm constantly trying to self-improve, trying to constantly strive for the control, the success that is greater and beyond, further beyond than what I initially achieved. I thought that when I graduated from school, this was it. I had achieved success. But no, then I had to get a well-paying job. I got a well-paying job at a top firm. I thought this is success. Then I left that and I realized there's more to it. There's levels, there's additional levels of success that I want to continue achieving. And I'm never fully in control, and I'm never fully successful, and I'm never fully jacked enough, big enough, strong enough. But I'm proud of and very happy that I have the positive habits and I have the positive growth that I wanted to have in order to, going back to the control discussion, to feel like I'm in control of my life. So I really hope that this video helps you. I'm glad that you watched it. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Good luck.